What's going on, everybody? It's your girl D here with the October 2022 reading. This is the astrology reading where I'm going to just be looking at the planetary alignments and where they are. And I'm going to be talking to specifically to the Libra ascendants and Libra sun signs for October 2022. Happy birthday, Libra. Well, everybody's got Libra in their chart, so you should be celebrating Libra season. Whatever area of your life Libra resides in. Happy birthday to you in that area. And time is flying fast. We just got out of Virgo season. It seemed like, damn, we're just getting over them. We're just, the new moon in Libra, that was what, the 27th, the 28th, 29th, something like that. And now we're in pre-eclipse season. We're about to get into we're leading up to the partial solar eclipse. That's going to be, I believe, on the 25th of October. Don't quote me on the dates. It's either the 24th or the 25th, and it also depends on, what area of the world you live in. All right. And then, of course, the sun goes into Scorpio, and then we got the new moon in Scorpio coming up later on as we leave Libra season going into Scorpio season. But we got a lot of changes going on this month. All right, so between Libra season in October and Scorpio season in October, a lot going on leading up to the full moon in lunar eclipse that we're going to have on November 8th. Okay, in Scorpio season, in the middle of Scorpio season. So, major changes going on this month on October 8th. We got some planets coming out of retrograde, y'all. So, that might be a relief to some people. I don't know. Let me know how you feeling. But Pluto's going direct on October 8th. And then on October 13th, Saturn's going direct. Now, Pluto's going direct in Capricorn. Saturn is going to direct in Aquarius. But also on the 23rd, Venus is moving into Scorpio. Then on the next day, the 24th, the sun's moving into Scorpio. Then on October 25th, the new moon in Scorpio partial solar eclipse takes place. So we got a lot going on from October 23rd through October 30th, because on October 30th, Jupiter retrograde goes into Pisces, and then Mars goes retrograde in Gemini. So a lot going on. All right. Excuse me for clearing my throat. I just choked on some water before I came on to record, and you know how that is. Trying to get your life in order and keep it moving, I will not be defeated. So with that being said, let's take a look at what's going on with you. So I got my little notepad here. I draw my little notes. I like to draw my chart. I know some people like to use the software. The software is cool too, but I like to draw. My masterpieces are amazing. So listen, Venus is in your first house, right? So Venus is your ruler. So some of you looking good. I know you are. Like I put up in the community tab, right when we were coming out of Virgo season, going into Libra season, that this season, that Virgo Libra cusp is called the cusp of beauty, because there are some of the most attractive people who have placements on this cusp. So it's an interesting thing to notice. I actually know someone who has this cusp. Their moon is Libra Venus, and Libra Virgo Libra, right? And very attractive individual. So I guess it could be the ascendant too, because ascendant is about your appearance and your sun sign. I am talking a Libra ascendant, so some of you could be Virgo Libra ascendants. Okay. I would say if you're 28, 29 degree Virgo, 0, 1, 2, and 3 Libra, that's like the cusp energy. But at any rate, so these are supposed to be very attractive people. I've known it to be true for a few people, for a few charts that I looked at. These are people who are somewhat attractive, or what a lot of people would consider attractive. So you guys may have a lot of people coming at you. Definitely. Especially with your second house, with all this scorpionic energy in your second house coming up. The sun's coming up here. Venus is going to be moving here. And then you're going to have that partial solar eclipse here in a matter of 2 weeks. 2.5 weeks. So you're already probably feeling that energy, this pre-eclipse energy. So a lot of people are drawn to you. Some of you could be, beautifying yourself, changing your look, changing your hair, changing your color, coming up with a new look. The weather's changing. So some of you could be changing your looks. But people are finding you very attractive. You probably got a lot of suitors coming on to you. Nothing wrong with that. Or even if you're married or in a relationship, your partner may find you more attractive. They may be fawning over you a little bit more physically, right? Nothing wrong with that. But speaking of which, that could lead to pregnancy. So be careful for some of y'all. If you don't want to get pregnant, make sure you strap up. Now, for some of you, you already are pregnant. Congratulations to you. All right, because Pluto is in your 4th house, going direct. So some of y'all about to give birth after the 8th of October. I feel like between the 8th of October and November 8th, where we have the full moon in Taurus in Scorpio season, y'all gonna be whoever's pregnant and they were 8-9 months pregnant. That's when this baby's coming. Some of y'all having an eclipse baby in between eclipses. That's gonna be dope, right? And it would be super dope if it was like Halloween too, because Mars is going in retrograde in Gemini, which is the co-ruler of Scorpio. But at any rate, that's your 9th house. I thought it was your 8th for a second, but that's not you. That's Scorpio. But I'll be talking to the Scorpios anyway. But those of you who are Scorpio, Libra, Libra, Scorpio cuspers, this might be important to you. So you could be having babies. Some of you are due. Some of the guys, congratulations to you. Some of you are first-time parents, but some of you I see are not. This is not your first rodeo. So congratulations on baby number 2, 3, or 4, or whatever number that baby is. And yeah, that's what I'm seeing here. Some of you are moving too, or you've already moved. I see some people decorating their houses, or maybe changing up the house. Somebody could be changing up the structure, adding, building on an addition. Somebody could be building on a playroom, a baby room, or setting up the baby room or setting up the nursery. There could be some of you who are going into business as daycare providers for children or for the elderly as well, because we're dealing with the 4th house here, and we have Pluto here in Capricorn. So some of you definitely could be working in nursing homes or taking on jobs in nursing homes in any job, okay? Administrative work, okay, behind the scenes. Some of you could be nurse practitioners, okay? Some of you could be nurses' aides. Some of you could be in social work, okay? Any of those fields. But I see people taking on jobs in those areas as well, or going remote, working from home, or having the option to do both, especially if you're pregnant. So I see a lot of that going on. I see a lot of paperwork. Your 8th house is lit up with the full moon and Uranus in retrograde in Taurus. So some of you could be filling out paperwork for long-term disability or short-term disability, whatever it is that you're doing. Okay. Yeah. As a matter of fact, isn't October when insurance season starts? Health insurance, where open enrollment, I think it's in October. Yeah, so I see a lot of people involved in that. Some of you may work as health insurance representatives via online or over the phone, and you help people do this. So I feel like some of you will be doing that from home, or you already do. But yeah, I see people, the babies being born, so paperwork being put together in reference to the baby. Health insurance policies, life insurance policies, especially with that Uranus in retrograde in your 8th house of Taurus. Excuse me, I told you what happened. I was choking. So some of you, you're preparing for the child. I do see that. A lot of you are doing that. You're getting serious now because the baby's on the way. The baby's coming because Saturn's going direct in your 5th house. So now you're getting serious about things because for some of you, the baby's coming due. And if it's not a baby, it could be that some of you are purchasing a house or renting an apartment, or I see people, it's like a broad array of movement. Like you may have people who, only stay in Airbnbs. Maybe they stayed over here for 3 or 4 months. Now they may be moving over here, or maybe they were over here for a year and now they're about to move someplace else. People who stay in places like the Trump Plaza, who rent out, the rich people who like rent out apartments for, 3 or 4 months at a time because they in New York City for 3 or 4 months, and they rent out these, modern extended luxury apartments, or for those who rent out the corporate ones, the corporate extended stay places. There's movement there. There's people moving into houses, buying houses, selling houses, people moving into apartments, renting them, roommates, things like that. A lot of movement. So, yeah, that's what I see what's going on for you guys. Now, like I said, I see some of you starting new jobs, okay? Excuse me, working from home, or what you're used to do in the office is now going to be done at home. Some of you are doing that. But yeah, I do see a lot of your contracts are going to be changing. A lot of them, or there are going to be some key significant ones. Of course, now you have a baby. You're adding your baby onto your insurance, or for some of you, you're signing up for insurance, but you can't add the baby on until the baby's born. But you've been getting prenatal care, like stuff like that. I'm getting. I don't know why I'm getting all these specific details. For example, I'm seeing a woman who is able to get care back 3 months, at least 3 months of prenatal care, or is prenatal care free? Prenatal care is free for her and the baby, I believe, but once the baby's born, I guess only the baby's covered is what I'm getting. Something like that, but there's a lot of that going on, and a lot of rules and regulations in reference to that going on as well. Changes, amendments to that type of thing. Maybe you're involved, maybe your mother, or maybe you work in that department, that area of the industry. Now, Mars is going in retrograde on the 30th, all right? And then you got Neptune going from Pisces to Aquarius on the 30th. Pluto's going direct on the 8th. Mercury's going direct on the 2nd. A lot of changes. Now, Mars is usually a planet that's all about go, go, go. Let's fight, fight, fight. Let's win, win, win. What are we battling for? What are we winning? That type of thing. Yeah, I had to get some water. Sorry about that, y'all. I told you I was in here choking. Drinking water too fast. But, yeah, so like I said, Mars is usually the planet of go, 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 the action, take action. What are we fighting for? What do we believe in? What are we going hard for? And that's in your 9th house, and that's in retrograde. And usually when Mars is in retrograde, Mars is not about fighting. Mars is about resting and recuperating. Mars is a soldier. So it's like a soldier on, what do you call it? Is it reprieve, or a soldier who's off duty? So what I'm getting for a lot of you is if you have family members or you are in the armed forces, some of you could be getting notification that you're able to go home for a little while. Some of you may be getting notification that you're going to be leaving anytime between now and next year. Maybe it won't be this year, maybe it'll be next year, but I feel like there's a lot of communication in reference to that, in reference to where people are going to be deployed to, or people who are on deployment are now able to come home. So I don't know, you may notice that if you work in that area, there's a lot of work going on, paperwork going on, administrative processing and things like that. So some of you could be doing that for a living, or you could be someone who's in the armed services, or you could work with someone, how you may go to work and, somebody's on military leave, that could be going down, all right? Or you could have been the one who was on military leave, and you're getting notice that you may have to, you may be deployed in, say, January, or, maybe you're on deployment and you get notification that, hey, deployment is going to be ending by the end of this month. So sometime by the end of this month, you'll be able to go home, or maybe when, I don't know. So I get that too for people. Now with your 12th house here, Mercury's going direct. Mercury's been in retrograde. It was in retrograde in your first house, but then it backed up into Virgo, and it's going direct on the 2nd of October. Right? So the 12th house is like your subconscious mind, the things that you're not aware of as well. And what I'm seeing here is I feel like a lot of you are just looking back at, some of the things that you did not recognize before. You're seeing them now, especially with this being in your house of Virgo, your 12th house of Virgo. I feel like some of you see where you may have been, you may have not gotten what you were supposed to get out of a situation, or you may have been taken advantage of, or things were not what you thought they were. You were moving and keeping habits and routines that were not beneficial to you in some way, shape, or form. Whatever it was, you realize what it is, and so now things are changing. That's what's up. Okay. Yeah, I feel like somebody's starting a daycare as well. I don't know if I said that. Somebody's starting a daycare, considering babysitting children from home. Some of you are getting ready to be paternity leave. I said paternity, I didn't say maternity, I said paternity. So some of you, if you have a wife or a partner who's on your insurance that you're paying for, and they are pregnant and they're about to be due, make sure you check into paternity leave, okay? Because some companies do offer it. So, yeah, some of you, like I said, are getting new places. I talked about that, new houses. Some of you, I did talk about people coming home. Oh, there could also be people who were deployed overseas who are going to be coming back to the States as well, and then people leaving the States going wherever. Like, the deployment is not just, local to your country, and this could be anybody in the world. There's a lot of military movement going on right now, so, it's not too off target to say that you may know someone, or you may know someone who knows someone who's being deployed, or who's changing location. All right, no matter what their rank is. Yeah. All right, but yeah, that's what I got for you. That's what sticks out for me, Libra. So I hope that this helped to give you a little bit of information about what might be going on for you this month. But towards the end of the month, we're going into Scorpio season, and you got a lot of activity in your second house. So that's where your money making sector is. That's where I was seeing some of the job situations here. A lot of people starting new jobs, especially with the full moon being here on the 25th. The full moon in your second house. I'm sorry, not the full moon, the new moon. The new moon in Scorpio on the 25th. Venus there as well. Venus deals with money. So does Scorpio. So to have the sun there as well. There'll be opportunities for you to see, where you're valued, and how, by filling out applications. It's a good time to fill out job applications, putting your value out there, letting people know what your capabilities and your skills are. And, people reaching out to you, because Scorpio does deal with, how you make money, other ways to make money besides your job. So, for some of you, you got to negotiate first, and that's the Scorpio energy, right? You negotiating what you want versus what you have to offer versus what they have to offer. What can you do for me? What can I do for you type of thing, right? And then you guys lock in. So for some of you, it's a good time to fill out for jobs, different jobs. But I do feel like there's going to be multiple ways to make income for you all, is what I really wanted to say. I feel like that'll be seen for you. For some of you, you'll see options and opportunities that you had not seen before, you had not noticed before, is what I'm getting here. So keep your eyes out if you're looking for a job, because, this is the opportunity for you to get lucky. All right. Now, yeah, just be careful in reference to those jobs. Just be careful. For some of you, it may come out of the blue. You may not even expect it. So apply for something that you may be like, yo, if I get that, that would be dope. And then you get it. That's how I got one of my jobs. It was crazy. I was in college, and we had to take this class I thought was, I didn't have to take, because I thought it was out of my league. I'm like, yo, I'm past that stage. I don't need a class to teach me how to put together a resume. Like, I've been in the work, environment for 20 years now. I know how to hustle and move around. So I thought it was a waste of time, but I had to take it anyway. It was a prerequisite, so I had to take it. So I took it, and one of the assignments was apply for the ideal job that you would want once you're done with your degree. I was getting a degree in cybersecurity. So I applied for a security operations analyst position that I thought would be the ideal job I would want once I graduated. I applied in October and I was graduating in December. And don't you know, I got offered the job. So I started the job before I even graduated. So put it out there. Put that energy out there. If there's an ideal job that you would want to see yourself in, and there might be 2 or 3, you know how to give those bullet points of the characteristics they're looking for. Even if you don't have 2 or 3 of them, apply for it anyway. Studies show that more men apply for those types of jobs, even if they don't have all of the bullet points, versus women. Like women will see that out of 6 bullet points, they only have 3, so they won't apply. Where a man will have 3 and he'll apply. Like apply anyway, because you can say, hey, I don't know this, but I'm willing to learn, or I've been exposed to situations where I've had to learn something new similar to this, or you know what I'm saying? You got to figure out how to work your way around it, but apply, you're going to get it. That's what I got for you, Libra. I wish you guys the best. Happy birthday to you. Happy solar return. You're looking good. All right. Stay blessed. And sending prayers and love to those who are having issues right now because of the weather. That Uranus is no joke. That Uranus retrograde energy now is just tearing up everything. It's just interesting how when Uranus went into retrograde, all of this craziness started. You know, and then we do have the full moon coming up in Taurus with the Uranus retrograde on November 8th. So what in the hell, right? But, you know, sending prayers out to people who are suffering now. And I wish you guys a speedy recovery in whatever way you need it. And take care, y'all.